Once again, this also pertains to the knowledge of the house of Israel. And now let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 22. All right. Just giving you a few verses where the Most High is speaking about his people as it relates to knowledge. Once again, what knowledge? Knowledge of 1 plus 1 equals 2, math, science knowledge? No. The knowledge that we have to know and we're supposed to know is the knowledge of the Most High. We're supposed to know him. We are his children, period. Okay? So we're also his son. He has no other son but us, Israel. Because if he does, you need to show it to me because it don't exist. Now, let's get back to business. Uh, Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Scottish children, and they have none understanding. Understanding of what? Of his laws, statutes, his commandments, his protocol. They are wise to do evil. Of course they are. But to do good, they have no knowledge. Once again, if you're going to do good, you have to know what good is. All right? You know what's good and you know what's evil, not based on what someone told you, based on what this law says. The law is valid. Okay? So I don't know why people are running around talking about, well, the laws are done away with. Really? You can't be that silly. You just can't. You just can't be that stupid. Uh, let's be clear on this. Here's an example. I've spoken to some Christians, and by the way, the people of the Most High are not called Christians. They're called Israelites. Make sure you get that. They're not called Christians. Nowhere, no how. All right? The word was first used in Antioch. That's way in the end of the book. All right? Now, once again, the Most High gives you the end and the beginning. You show me in the beginning of these books where he says his people are going to be changed and called Christians. It doesn't exist. So you know this is foolishness and does not have the blessings, the stamp, or the signature of the Most High. Now, here's an example of some pure foolishness. Speaking to some Christians, the laws are done away with, and Jesus Christ died for our sins. But okay. So there's no law. No, there's no law. That's what they say. A couple of people that I've spoken to. I asked them after that, I said, is there a judgment day? Yes, there's going to be a judgment day. Okay. And so I give them my example. Here's my example that I present to them. I said, look, you're speeding. You're doing 80. The speed limit is 55. The cop pulls you over, gives you a summons that has a court date on it. Okay? That court date means you've got to show up. So you show up to the courtroom or the courthouse, and there you have a judge. Why? Self-explanatory. It's judgment day. He is going to render a judgment based on what? Your transgression of law. Okay? There's a law that says it's 55. You did 80. So the judgment he's making is not going to be based on something off the cuff. It's going to be based on the law of that road that you were on. Okay, so therefore you transgressed that law when you did 80. Because the law said 55. Transgress is another meaning for break. So you broke the law. And so since you transgressed the law, there has to be a punishment. There has to be a judgment. And you're not getting judgment without a judge. You understand me? And you're not going to get judgment unless there is laws. The Most High is not going to judge you on your smile. I know you might think you're good looking, but it doesn't work that way. He's going to judge you on his laws, his statutes, and his commandments. Okay, so if you're around talking about there's no law and you believe there's a judgment day, then you're just stupid. Okay? But at the same time, the Most High said his people like ox and asses. That's officially dummies. So you have to start thinking, okay, yeah, these laws are in effect, and you better start following them. Everyone else can try to follow them, but they can't. It wasn't given to them. Okay, think of religion. There is no such thing as religion. It's man-made. The Most High gave His people laws, not religion. Never happened. Okay, they were given laws, and their failure to keep them got them kicked out, scattered through all the earth as slaves, servitude, beat down. Okay, so just think, His people are not called Israel. They're not called Christians. Nowhere, no how. Find me where a prophet called himself a Christian. Find me where prophets referred to themselves as Christians. It never happened. Never happened. His people are Israelites. And to those Israelite people pertaineth everything. Everything. They got everything. No one else got to have anything. They just don't. And so recognize and understand exactly what's going on when you read this book.